Beauty, it's said, lies in the eye of the beholder, and the eyes are the windows to the world.
This eye gives me a problem.
So what happens when this primary function is viciously taken away?
I can't see when they both pain me.
A distraught matriculant recalls in haunting detail the events of February the 15th.
I was sleeping in the class.
At the time, a furious storm struck Keamohetsoe Yika's mobile school, flipping a piece of corrugated iron from an adjacent classroom 2 blocks away. It rammed this part of her classroom and smashed the window.
I heard people screaming. Then a glass got into my eye. Then it stuck to here.
She was rushed to a local clinic and transferred to Baragwanath Hospital on that day.
It was very painful. When there was tears, it got out on its own.
Adding fuel to the fire, Keamohetsoe tested positive for COVID-19.
I was supposed to do the surgery that day, so I couldn't do it. So they told me to stay at home for 10 days.
Keamohetsoe was finally only operated on the 27th of February after the self-isolation period.
It was painful. I couldn't see. It was swollen.
With 3 stitches on her left eye, she returned home a day after the surgery.
I got better after a week. Then I went to school. I sit in the front because at the back I can't see well.
She had missed school for a month. Now it's a struggle to catch up.
For me to read, I can't read when like this. No, I have to look at this book like this.
With dwindling home finances, the 20-year-old was forced to walk to school last Sunday. In a bizarre quirk of fate, Keamohetsoe was run over by a car.
And I couldn't see that car coming. So by the time when I wanted to move, it was too late. Car mirror hit me. I fell down. Then the car wheel walked over my feet.
It could have been worse. Taken to hospital yet again. Now back at home, Keamohetsoe is on medication for her eye and a swollen foot. Her unemployed parents cannot cope.
Lona no, is up and down for your operation.
Her father is a panel beater, but it's still not enough for her medical bills.
About 75 rand mola. Eva Mori Gahonor Honomotu Saga Machine Aura Kimo Tamaisa up and down.
You're not used to going Ulumetsko Skolons, Katlawana a grille tuso to Selurung, Eve Eto Holang, Lurneto Holang man, Ucometric, and Alcometric Artable, Ilum Twenya.
Gauteng Department of Education says the matter was only brought to their attention by the SABC. Heads could roll after an ongoing investigation.
The reporting mechanism was not followed because we were not aware of the incident. We felt that a social worker was necessary to visit the family, and that has already occurred. And we know building, from that visit will then be in a position to determine on further support that must be provided to the child.
Keamohetsoe's peers are progressing with their studies. Her desk stands sentinel and unoccupied.
We will also make sure that academically the child is supported while at home. And in addition, during the examination, we have what we call a concession. So we will normally apply for a concession so that the child is granted more time when they write, an examination.
Who is this?
Until then, a long road to recovery.
If I close this eye, I can't see who is this.
Keamohetsoe aspires to be a tour guide, a profession that ironically depends on sight. She has a plea to the department.
I would like them to help me so that I can move on with my life without having any problems, without getting my future affected.
A future which depends on sight. All Keamohetsoe wants is her darkness to turn to light and a ray of hope. Maageketla Mohlabe, SABC News, Finetown, south of Johannesburg.